Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to be taking a look at some Pokemon TCG products that you might have missed. Slightly weirder, slightly different, slightly unusual. Now, it comes around today because word is getting around that over in Australia, over at Banter Toys, they are actually releasing a Pokemon TCG Let's Play Pokemon box. Now, if we have, now there's no image for this unfortunately, but if we have a look at the description, we see that it has 2 decks of 60 Pokemon cards, each including 4 foil cards, 2 rule books, 1 for each deck, 2 metallic coins, 2 deck boxes, 2 single player playmats, and 2 damage counter sheets. Now, the description reads, learn to play together. Join forces with Pikachu, Eevee and friends to play the Pokemon trading card game. Inside this box you'll find 2 ready-to-play decks and everything you need to pick up the basics of the game from the very first card you draw to the last prize card you take. Evolve your star Pokemon to boost your team's power and fill up your bench of electrifying Pokemon like Raikou and Zebstrika, or fiery Pokemon like Charizard and Moltres. A variety of useful trainer cards helps round out your strategy. They are the Let's Play Pikachu and Let's Play Eevee theme decks. Now, these came out a little while ago, and the goal of these was essentially to teach newer players. Now, they had some cool stuff in them, like the Eevee deck has Holo Eevee and Holo Moltres, and the Pikachu deck has Holo Pikachu and Holo Raikou, not to mention the Flareon that comes in the Eevee deck, which, if I remember correctly, is still actually exclusive to the Eevee deck, which is really kind of cool. So they're quite fun decks. I mean, look, this product seems to be, hey, we've got a bunch of these left over, we're just gonna chuck them in, and you'll probably get some extra artwork, you'll probably get some exclusive art to package them with, and that's essentially it. But you know what? I'm kind of alright with that. It's one of those products, if you're learning to play the game, if you're a new player, if there's children you know that want to get into the game, these seem like really cool products you should be getting on board with. And if not, that's alright. Now, we're also getting, or they've been released, Blissey and Gardevoir tins. And shout out to Big Ol' Snecky Boys in a Man Suit at Archer Hydra over on Twitter for tweeting these at me today. Now, I know they can be found in Dollar General. I have heard reports of them in other places. And what they are is they are tins where you get Blissey or Gardevoir. And what is a little bit unusual here is that these tins are actually non-GX tins. Generally speaking, these tins tend to be with GXs and all of that, but no, just kind of nice, simple, non-GX tins, all is good. Now, if we have a look at the back, because a lovely person who shared this with me also shared the back, what you get is one of 2 special foil Pokemon cards, Gardevoir or Blissey. Now, when we say special foil, they look like they're actually the old style Galaxy holofoil rather than the newer style foil we're used to. So that might be a bit of a selling point. And you get, now you don't actually get regular booster packs in here. What you get is 10 mini packs, each containing 3 cards. Now, I believe what this means is they are basically what people refer to as the dollar store packs, which is you get 3 random cards, like literally random cards, anything from Tag Team GXs and Rainbow Rares all the way down to just your ordinary bog standard commons. Now, I've seen a whole bunch of people out there, and essentially, it depends where you go. Sometimes they are weighed and people have got all the good stuff because the better cards, you know, the hollow ones are heavier. Sometimes they're not and it's completely random. You've got to be very careful with these. The fact that they're just shoved into tins means you don't have to be that careful, but it's a little bit weird. I mean, if you would be getting 4 packs, you'd be getting kind of 40 cards. So here you're getting the equivalent of 3 packs worth, but you could end up with far better pulls, or you could end up with no rares whatsoever. These packs are far more of a gamble, but that seems kind of like fun to me. Now, in terms of the cards themselves, we've got Blissey and we've got Gardevoir. Now, Gardevoir's the better Pokemon as far as I'm concerned, but the Blissey is actually a playable card we've seen quite a bit. The ability lets you, once during your turn, remove a special condition from your active. So basically, unless you're inflicted with multiple special conditions at the same time, it basically makes you immune to special conditions. And then for free colourless energy, but bearing in mind we have triple acceleration energy nowadays, you've got the attack Powerful Slap, which lets you flip 1 coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon, and do 80 damage for each heads. So you can play this with any kind of energy acceleration. Now, triple acceleration, letting you flip 3 more coins seems like a no-brainer, but you can play Malamar here. Probably better than that, you've got Welder. And to be honest, between Welder and triple acceleration energy, you should be alright. But you could instead go the combination of Naganadel and Quagsire. Naganadel to accelerate energy to itself, Quagsire to move it over to the active. Or you could even go a little bit weirder and go for something like Magnezone here, if you were feeling in such a mood. Either way, it's a very fun card that has seen a fair amount of play. Now, it's very much a rogue deck, it's very much to the side, it's not the best deck in the format, but 160 HP on a single prize Pokemon that with good coin flips can KO anything. Yeah, we missed the Victini that let you reflip, but this is still a very fun card. The Gardevoir I like because it's Gardevoir, but the card is aggressively fine. 1 fairy energy, search for 3 cards and put them into your hand. On a basic Pokemon, using this turn 1, yes! On a stage 2 Pokemon where you've had to use something like a rare candy just to use it turn 2, no! And then we've got Sensitive Ray, fairy and a double colourless, 70 damage. If you played a supporter this turn, 160. Free energy on a stage 2, 160 is frankly not quite enough. It is a largely uninspiring card. I don't say bad card, I mean largely uninspiring. And the final news we've got here is a couple of blisters that came out a little while ago, but for various reasons never made their way into a video. So let me correct that now. They should still be out there. If you look around, you should still be able to find them. So we've got blisters for both Wailord and Steelix. Now, I'm a Wailord fanboy, right? Love me some Wailord. My daughter's got a giant Wailord from Japan. Although, interestingly enough, they were selling that Wailord in the Pokemon Centre in London, but I figured having 2 of those was arguably excessive. Now, this Wailord I like quite a bit. 220 HP on a non-GX is a record. It's redonkulous. The attack is alright. 4 colourless energy, 200 damage, minus 40 for each damage counter on it. So as soon as you've taken 5 damage, you're actually doing literally nothing. But again, use it with Naganadel and Quagsire. Back when we had things like Ace Roller and Max Potion, it was quite a bit better, especially Max Potion. As it is, you can still play it with Super Scoop Up, or other healing if you don't take too much damage. It's still fun, but I would concede at this stage that it's maybe not the best card ever. As much as I love it, as much as I want to play with it, and you know that I do, I don't think it is the best card ever. And then finally, we got a Steelix blister. Now, 180 HP on a stage 1 non-GX is not to be sniffed at. And I actually like this one quite a bit, because for 1 metal free colourless energy, you do 170 damage, 50 to yourself. And I like this because it's a stage 1 that can be evolved from Ditto, and you can use triple acceleration energy, and it's a really good counter for something like Gardevoir and Sylveon, or in fact anything that's weak to metal. These Naganadel decks we've seen running around that want to be able to one-hit KO everything, Steelix is actually quite good in those kind of decks. Now, people tend to instead use Melmetal GX, and I can't be too upset about that, but both of them basically, for a metal energy and a triple acceleration, can get a one-hit KO on a Gardevoir and Sylveon. The big difference is that Melmetal can take a hit from Gardevoir and Sylveon, whereas Steelix can't, because you do 50 to yourself when you attack, but it's still a very fun card that could be a nice little tech, especially in decks that are already playing Ditto and triple acceleration energy. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Some cool Pokemon products, not the marquee products, not the ones that are going to be advertised in big, bold pictures and letters on the front of Pokemon.com, but cool little Pokemon products you might have missed. But I'd like to hear from you at this stage. Have you bought any of these? Do you plan on buying any of these? What do you think about all of these? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays, where we talk about a whole bunch of games that don't even have any Pokemon in. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.